Hey everyone, my name is Beth, and this is God is Everything podcast. So today we are diving into the book of Ecclesiastes, which honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, is not my favorite book, just because it takes me a really long time to understand what Solomon is trying to say. But after reading this verse, I was like, you know what? Maybe the book of Ecclesiastes is not so bad. Because honestly, the whole message of the what Solomon is saying and what he's trying to convey is balance. Because the thing about King Solomon, he will say something like, be careful about the decisions you make. And then the next verse, he will be like, but it's not the end of the world. Everything is meaningless. Just live a balanced life. So today's verse is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 16 to 18. And it says, do not be overrighteous, neither be overwise. Why destroy yourself? Do not be overwicked, and do not be a fool. Why die before your time? It is good to grasp the one and not let go of the other. The man who fears God will avoid all extremes. And so in verse 16, when he says, do not be overrighteous, neither be overwise, what does that mean? Like, how can you be overrighteous? You can be overrighteous when you start depending on your works, when you start feeling like you deserve this role, you deserve to be here. And the thing is, the moment you start to feel like you deserve to be here, you deserve to see this day, that it's because of your hard work, your patience, your perseverance, you are here. You start having this entitlement attitude. You start looking down on everybody else. Christians get this, I've been in the church for so many years. I'm the fifth generation. And they feel like they have this badge of holiness where now they have the right to condemn. They have the right to look down on others. They have the right to judge who comes in, who's allowed to come in. And in reality, you're here simply because of grace. You're here simply because of the grace that God freely gives to everybody. Because when you're over righteous, you create this self island for yourself, right? And on this island, it's easy for the devil to take advantage of you. It's easy for the devil to get into your head. It's easy for the devil to fill you up with pride. And the second thing it says, neither be overwise. What does it mean to be overwise? Overwise is when you analyze everything. Everything that you see, everything you hear, everything you feel, you're thinking 10 times more about it. And what happens is you become miserable because you're so self-aware. You're aware of every single thing, things that don't even need your attention. Who cares what they said? Who cares what tone they used? Who cares how they look at you? What does that have to do with anything? Just move on. You're alive. You're progressing. The moment you give your energy, the moment you give attention to the negativity, to the things that are designed to destroy you, they will destroy you. Verse 17, it says, do not be overwicked and do not be a fool. I was watching a video, I don't know if it was a video, it was a comment, and somebody said that, do you guys have that friend, or do you guys know that person or people where they're always in deep mud? Like, they're always in trouble. Like, they can never catch a break. And to yourself, you're thinking like, wow, who's after this person? I'm talking about those people who are always, always like in trouble. They're always like calling, yo, I need help. Yo, and it's like, dang, you never can catch a break. No, it's because they make stupid decisions. And there are moments where I've made stupid decisions. There are moments where I knew better. And here's the thing. When you don't know better, of course you can't choose better. No, I'm talking about the people that know better. If you know that your appointment is a certain time, but you choose to get there late, if you know, it's like, this is for people who know what they need to do. This is for people who are very self-aware. And I think those are the dangerous people, because even if you were to go and ask advice, even if you were to go to therapy, they will tell you what you already know. It's not that you don't know, it's that you just don't choose better. You don't do better. Sometimes we just have to be honest. Like, that's the consequences of your own decision. And one thing I love about God, he's so patient with us to the point that even when we disobey, he doesn't like completely destroy us right away. No, he gives you your space, gives you time so that you can see how it will play out. But the thing about God, even when we make stupid decisions, even when we are fools, he turns a situation that is impossible, a situation that that's hopeless, and he still makes it serve us. He still turns it into our good. So do not be a fool, and don't be around fools, because one thing about fools, they will compromise you. They will compromise your safety. All right. And then the Bible even says, why die before your time? Because foolish decisions will cost you your life. Okay. In 18, it says, it is good to grasp the one and not let go of the other. The man who fears God will avoid all extremes. Solomon is basically saying, hey, the only way to avoid all extremes is to seek God, to fear God. And what does that look like? What does that look like day to day? That looks like seeking the Holy Spirit. When the Holy Spirit guides you day to day, it prevents you from being extremely righteous and extremely foolish. It keeps you balanced. When Jesus talks about the narrow way, right? He says, wide is the path and everybody goes in it, but a few people choose the narrow path. You have to realize this path is very, very, very narrow. And there's no way you can survive this path if you go based on your understanding, you go based on what you know. No, this path is so slippery. This path, if you like tilt just a little bit this way, you fall off. If you go just a little bit this way, you fall off. The Holy Spirit is what will keep you balanced. The more you listen to this voice, the more the voice gets louder, the more the voice gets clearer, the more the voice is more recognizable to you and leads you in where you're supposed to be. But when you're listening to all the voices of the world, you're listening to your voice, listening to you, there's no balance in that. It's too many voices. It's too many voices to really discern which is the right voice. But the Holy Spirit will never misguide you. The Holy Spirit will keep you up. Sometimes when I listen to the world, the voices of the world, I get a little worldly, sometimes when I listen to voices that really, it's like, it's hard to not be extreme when you're listening to voices from everywhere, from all sorts of places, to voices from the church. I'm telling you, like, even the church, sometimes you have to be careful because not all voices are from God. But with the Holy Spirit, it keeps you balanced. So for anybody that is a little bit too overrighteous or too like you're just making dumb decisions or you're hanging around people who are making stupid decisions, seek the Holy Spirit. Literally just ask God for the Holy Spirit. Just ask him. And when you receive it, obey the Holy Spirit. Create a space for the Holy Spirit. Create a relationship with the Holy Spirit, and you will be okay. So this concludes this episode of God is Everything podcast.